welcome on ciembassy.com. My name is Niall Sebastian. You're watching closely now a video with my friend Madda, and he's triggering the wind in the crown of his tree. Madda have lived as a human being, and now he belongs to the creatures which have lost their human body. And he can trigger the wind if I speak, if he want to say yes to something, or he can reduce the wind level. So he can use a higher wind level or a reduced wind level. If you reduce the wind level, maybe he's saying nothing, or maybe he want me to ask him some questions. That's also possible. If you want to agree on something, he can use more wind and shake the crown like he's doing it right now. You can see the movement in the tree, and I optimize with my communication with Madda for a moment. And that you people, if you watch the video, that you see it clearly and that you understand it better. As long as I do universal communication, I'm always stressed out because I'm communicating with Madda. I have to watch the tree. I have to outread his reaction. I keep in mind the cameras. 2 cameras are standing here for you guys to watch the video later. And I have to communicate with you in a way that I understood already that you are maybe not able to do universal communication with ancestors or creatures which have lived as human beings before. So Madda have lived as a human being before. Keep it quiet for a second so that people can see it. You have 2 cameras. One camera is showing me mostly with my shorts here. I go back, jump around, jump. So that's my beautiful shorts. One camera is capturing me, and one camera is capturing the tree. The tree was very quiet, but Madda, can you shake it now again? And can you use more wind as a force to show yourself clearly, that the people can see a clear reaction? And now, right now, if you watch the video clearly, you can see in the crown much more wind. Over here where my hand was, it starts to shake a lot. Yeah, shake the crown a bit more. So I have to optimize my communication with Madda for a moment. And right now he starts to shake the tree and the crown a lot. And that's what you can see in the camera in the video. And that's a clear reaction from the creature who was known as Madda Lizzo, in his human body. And he lost his human body because he died. Madda killed himself a long while ago because he was very unhappy with his human life in Malawi, and you did not see good chances for yourself in life. Is that correct, regarding opportunities to earn some money, stuff like that? Was that a huge problem for you, Madda, in Malawi? And for the people that you understand clearly, I'm going to show with my fingers and my hands where I'm communicating with Madda, and he's triggering the wind in the middle field of the tree as well, that the people can see it in the second camera. Okay, that you people get it better. So one camera is showing the crown of the tree, the other camera is showing the downside of the tree, that you can see the surrounding. That's very important, that you get a better overview of the area. I'm going to show the area later. So Madda is agreeing by triggering the wind that he was unhappy before he died because he could not see good chances for himself in Malawi, right? And for the people which are watching the video, I always say that in the videos, let your eyes get used to the way we communicate, the way I show the universal communication, and the way creatures which have lived as human beings showed himself by using wind, for example, and triggering the wind in the tree. The best is to watch it on a huge television screen if you have one, and you can watch the video a couple of times so that the eyes are used to it. I know this video material where we show ancestors communication is some stuff you cannot find too often on the internet. Not so specific, not so much on point, and especially not in complex communication. For creatures which have lived as human beings before, so ancestors of living humans, they can use the natural environment, they can trigger the wind and use more wind to agree on something or to say yes. They can reduce the wind level to a lower wind level if they want to say nothing, or if they want me to ask them questions. And all that specific points is something I have to work out with creatures if I start the universal communication with them. It's like if you would meet a human you do not know. In the beginning, you have to find out which is the best way to communicate with an individual, and with creatures which have lived as human beings before, it is the same. But there's much more you can know about it, and I'm gonna tell you about it. They can outread my memories, they can outread my thoughts, and they can react to them. So we can communicate even without that I speak, because they can outread the thoughts and they can understand my own thoughts. Most of the time, not always. The problem is sometimes you as a human, you think more than you want to say. And that can bring a lot of confusion also to the universal communication. Just that you understand that better. But in general, it is very complex. The topic, universal communication with ancestors in general, is a very complex topic. And in this video, I just want to hang out with Mother. Right now, you can see the crown of the tree is quiet again, so it is not moving and not shaking. Mother, that would be great if you can trigger the wind one more time, because then the people now they can see that the tree is not moving. It's very quiet and there's no wind here at the moment. And now please start to trigger the wind, then the people can see clearly the difference. And right now, if you watch the video, Mother is starting to produce more wind in the crown, and that's why the crown starts to shake again, and that's very good. Please use a little bit more wind and shake it a little bit more. Then the people can see the clear difference from before to now. And especially in the one side of the tree, you see the wind wave reaching the tree, and then this part starts to shake as well, and the crown of the tree is moving again. So, and then you understand it better. It's the action reaction principle. So it's not weather prediction. It's as you saw in the communication, I requested that Mara do that, and he was so nice to do that for you, the people which are watching the video. So Mara was a friend of me here in Bonn. When I was young, I was hanging out with him. His father was the diplomat of Malawi here in Bonn at that time. I'm born 1984. That was round about the time when I was 16, 17, 18, round about that time. Maybe a year before also. And after a while, Mara moved back to Malawi, is what I think, or you moved to another country. I'm not so clear about that. But you left Bonn, and then we were in touch very few times in lifetime. But that's also because of me, because I do not react very often to emails and requests and all that stuff. That was the situation in the past. So, so Mara, you lived in Bonn. Can you agree on that? And can you trigger the winds clearly for the point I made, that you belong to the family where your father was the ambassador in Bonn, and you are the mother known as Madalitso in Malawi, because Madalitso was his original name, and we called him here in Bonn Mada. So Mada, can you trigger the wind if that's correct? How I explained it, how I tried to explain it, so that your family and friends can understand it better? Can you trigger the wind for that? Yes. He will trigger the wind. He will start to shake the crown right now again. And he's showing with that action, with that reaction to my question actually, that he was the son of the ambassador of Malawi during his lifetime here in Bonn. And that can be important in the future. If people from Malawi see this video, now you can find his family and inform them that Mada is still alive. And Mada is shaking the crown. He's producing more wind now, and he's gonna start to shake the crown a bit more that you see it better. Please use more wind, Mother, because we need clear reactions for the people which are watching the video. and he's agreeing on that he lived in Bonn, and his father was connected to the embassy of Malawi. And if you find the ambassador of Malawi from that time, that should be Madda's father, that you get it right. And you can see in the crown the reaction, more wind reached the crown, and that's why the leaves starts to shake, that you get it better. If you watch everything on a huge screen, you can ensure yourself better that you understand everything correct. Okay, just that you get it right. It's a very huge tree you see here, and we do communicate mostly over the crown, me and Mother at that point in time, but we could communicate also over small plants, for example a flower or something like that. And Mother can use the whole natural environment to show himself or to communicate, if he wants to communicate with a living human who's able to outread the communication. Because you have to learn a lot, you have to understand a lot about the natural environment, about the planet Earth and nature in general, to outread the communication and to understand it. So, Mada, one question, and you can trigger the wind in the crown if you agree. You already have seen it in my thoughts. That's what I think at the moment. If your family wants to send questions which only you can answer in their opinion, would you be willing to show yourself again and to answer these questions? Yes or no? Yes. For the family and friends, if you see the video material, or for other people that you understand better, the family can send me questions about Mother, questions only Mother can answer from their opinion. And then Mother can react to the questions, and the family can do a better identification of the creator Mother who have lived as their son before. So, Mada, can you trigger the wind in the crown one time very clearly for your family and friends, that they are invited, if they want to send questions to identify yourself even much more complex than I did it today in the video? And for the family and friends, Mada gonna trigger the wind. As he gonna shake the crown, he gonna start right now. And when the crown starts to shake, Mother is explaining you can send the questions, and Mother will react and answer the questions when I read them. So, and you saw the clear reaction in the crown. It starts to shake again, and Mother make it much more clear. And for the family and friends that you understand it, if you send me questions, I can ask the Mother, and he can reply in the same way to the questions. And the best way you can send me questions for identification purpose of Mother is to send me yes or no questions. Because he can say yes or he can say no. And everything else we can find out, and we can do that, but it's more complex. So if you want it very easy and simple, send some privacy questions only Mother can answer. Then I do a video documentation of his answers, and in that way you can identify Mother the best way. And Mother is agreeing by triggering the wind in a huge tree very clearly that he would be happy to do so for his family and friends, in case they have any questions or in case they cannot imagine that this is Mother, because it is the creator Mother. And I'm not gonna hide, and Mother agreed on that he's not gonna hide, in case you have more questions or in case you want to communicate with him to get your questions answered. You can send them to me if you belong to his family or close friends. So this was the video with Madda from Bonn. Madalitsu, he was known as Madalitsu in Malawi, and we called him Madda in Bonn. And we did hang out here in the Rhino as well when you were young, right? And for the people which are watching the video, if I speak, he can say yes by triggering the wind in the crown. So, and me and Madda, we were here in the Rhino with plenty of young girls, chilling, doing some drinking parties and stuff like that. And you went to the BLS International School here in Bonn. I think it's called BLS or BIS. Bonn International School, BIS, should it be. So, Madda, can you agree by triggering the wind one more time that you have been to the BIS school here in Bonn, close to the Rheinauer? So maybe some people which have been to the school do know you and also see that later. And I can use BIS as a keyword that the people, if they search for information for the school, they can find your video link. So do you want to agree you have been to the BIS school and you had a good time over there? Is that correct? Besides the school time, okay? In the Rheinauer he had a great time and he went to the BIS school. He was young, so it's clear that young people do not like school. Madda, do you want to trigger the wind clearly, that the people can see it better? I've seen you answered in the back of the tree. So if you're watching the video, you can see there like a space, a spot where you can look to the backside of the tree. That's where he answered, where he triggered the wind. But Madda, can you produce wind in the front side of the tree? That for better identification purpose, that the people do understand, yes, you, Madda, have been to the school in Bonn, close to the Rheinau, because the BIS International School is very close to the Rheinau. And now you can see the crown starts to shake again. And please trigger the wind a little bit more, Madda. That would be great. Shake it one time clearly, and then we have that part as an identification part as well, because I'm sure your family do know that you have been to the BIS International School. So do you want to agree on that by triggering the wind? Yes or no? Okay, then start. I received an impulse in my human body from Madda that he's gonna start to trigger the wind now, and he's gonna start right now. And with that, he's agreeing to the question I just asked him if he have been to the BIS International School. And you can see that the crown starts to shake a bit more. Madda, that's not enough wind. Can you trigger the wind, please, clearly? So use more wind, please. More wind. We can show the people how good we can optimize our communication. Please use more wind as an optimization process so that the people do understand that sometimes it's like if you talk to a human being and he's not answering loud enough, sometimes it's fair enough to say, oh, can you please answer louder so that the people can understand it? Because it's visual communication you see in the video from Madda. That's why I asked him and I request for optimization purpose to shake the crown again, but clearly, please. Okay, start to shake the crown now. And make it clear, make it clear. Use more wind. Use more wind. Use more wind. And the people can see over here the wind is reaching the crown. Madda, use some more wind, please. More wind. Please use some 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 more wind. And now the people can see that he triggered the wind level as I requested, and now the whole tree and the crown is shaking very good. And that's an optimization process because I checked how I see it, and he triggered the wind always step by step to a higher level so that the cameras can capture it good. And now the crown of the tree is shaking again, which was quiet before. And that's Madda, the creator who have lived as a human being, answering the question, yes, he have been to the BIS school, Bonn International School, as the son of the diplomat from Malawi. So, and if his family and friends see this video, so his family who was based in Bonn, who have lived in Bonn at that time, hello, I'm Niall. I was very young and much smaller when we met, but I met the father once and also his brother. So, and Mara is agreeing on that, but I was wearing much more hip hop clothes and stuff like that. So my style was quite different, and I had longer hair. Right now, I'm cut. I'm cut it short. So, okay, Mara is sending his best regards to his family one more time, and then I'm gonna end the video if that's okay for you, Mara, and we can hang out another day for sure. We can produce some more videos in the next months or next years. And if your family and friends saw that, you could see the clear reaction step by step, how he raised the wind level to a higher level to answer. And in that way, we could solve your open questions if you have yes or no questions to identify Madda better. Because I lived with him in a way that we did hang out in Bonn always. And Madda was one of my best friends from that time, and he's still one of my best friends. Uh, because of that, sometimes I can identify him very good, and sometimes not so good, not perfect. It's depending on the situation. But we did 3 videos today, and I'm just gonna upload one video because we were disturbed by other creatures. That can happen during a communication. It's like if you talk to a human being and somebody else is disturbing. It's the same if you communicate with creatures. Mara is agreeing on that by triggering the wind clearly. And so in the future, me and Mother, especially Mother, could answer questions if the family or the friends do have some questions for him to identify him 100% in their own opinion, in their own eyes. And I would help you with that if you send me the questions and if I see them in my email account. And then I would upload a video with Mother again, and the questions would be solved, and you would be able to identify Mother better as your son and family member. That's also to your father, that he understands the situation better. What we showed here is ancestors communication. Mother can agree on that. And what I can tell you from my side is that it is possible to communicate over the natural environment with ancestors is known to humans since thousands and thousands of years. In Europe, the Druids and the shamans did it for a long while. So the people which were known as the medical people in the small places at that time in Europe, because there were only small villages and stuff like that. And for example, they were putting on a fire and then they requested their ancestors to give them the answer how the weather would be in the next year for the production of food and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff like this is documented in mankind's history. But what we did show here, Mada and me, were live universal communication, ancestors communication, and Mada triggered the wind in the crown of the tree to show himself, to say hello. And right now he's gonna trigger the wind to say goodbye. And then we're gonna end the video, and he's saying goodbye to his family and friends. But not forever, just for the moment. And the family and friends are invited to send questions we them can solve, that they can identify Mother better, that you understand it right. So Mother, do you want to say goodbye by a bigger wind wave? Yes, trigger it more. Trigger it a little bit more. Trigger it more, and I'm looking to this field here. Trigger it more. Yes, there more wind is coming. Trigger it more. Trigger it more. And his family can see where my finger is pointing. There he triggered the wind level. Okay? So we can use specific points in such a huge tree or the whole crown area. Do you want to trigger the wind one time in the crown? Because right now you lost your human body, so you are living hiking, Mother. Use the crown of the tree to show your family that you are a king and that you're saying goodbye. And to the family and friends of Mother, it's humans' philosophy which makes Mother to a living high king, because humans in Europe thousands and thousands of years ago, said that if somebody dies and the creator can prove that he's still alive and able to communicate, then they're called the High King. So Madda is right now one of the High Kings, and he can use the crown of the tree to show himself, to answer, to reply, or to say goodbye for the moment, because they're gonna end the video. And right now I let Madda shake the crown, and I'm gonna step out of the film, and we're gonna upload it in Madda, and hopefully your family is contacting me with further questions, and then you are able to produce another video for them. And the people can see that in the crown more wind is reaching that place. And Madda, please trigger it a little bit more to make it very clear. Okay, Madda, send another wind wave to make it very clear. That would be great. Right now the crown is quiet. Please trigger the crown of the tree again, so that more wind is produced in the area of the crown of the tree, and the tree starts to shake again a bit. And for the people which are watching the video, you can watch it on a huge screen, and then you can see the leaves. And in the leaves you can see that the wind is reaching the crown. Sometimes Madda can shake the whole crown, or he's just triggering the wind a little bit, which then leads to the result that you can see it in the leaves if you are standing here. And for the people which are watching the video from ciembassy.com or .de, first of all, Madda, your last action was not perfect, just that you know. Okay? Okay. So if you're standing here as a human being, you can understand the situation better. You can see much more than the cameras can capture. You can feel the wind on your skin. All that is stuff you cannot realize if you are not there and watching closely with your human body in the fields of communication, if you want it like that. So maybe I'm gonna do with Madda another video later, and you would like to do another video. Did I get it right? Yes, you want to do later some more videos. Madda gonna be a video star later on, but for that you have to optimize your wind triggering a bit, because the people want to see clear reaction stuff if you want to be a YouTube star. So Madda gonna shake the crown now to make clear he could be a YouTube star in the future, because he's gonna optimize that a little bit. And you can see where my finger was pointing, now more wind is reaching the tree, and the crown starts to shake again. Use a little bit more wind, optimize that for the camera, and shake it a little bit more like this if you can. And right now here in the middle field of the tree you can see the same. You can see that he's using more wind, and I needed in the crown a little bit more wind. Next video. Okay. Good. So that was Madda. My name is Niall, and what we do show here is universal communication, ancestors communication. That's what you have seen in the videos. And on ciembassy.com you find much more videos. With Madda, I would say I have to optimize my communication a little bit more. And after we did this, the video is gonna be even better, more specific and more clear. On ciembassy.com you already can find videos which are more clear, more specific, and where the wind action was very specific to answer questions. And that is typical ancestors communication, as I said. And I'm going to show you the surrounding with the mobile camera. So this is the Rheinauer in Bonn. Here's the Post Tower. That's the second camera here. There is a lake, some people riding on a boat. And that's the area where the tree is. That's the tree where we did the communication over, and Madda is still here and still showing himself by triggering the wind a little bit. And you can see it in the crown, he starts to shake it now. So, and that's what you can see if you are in the area. If you do not see it as a video, if you see it live, of course you do have much more options to ask questions, to interact with creatures which are willing to show themselves and to communicate with living humans. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun on ciembassy.com. You're Niall Sebastian Powersieger, and that was Madda, who have lived in Bonn. Bonn is Madalitsu in Malawi.